Ah,
We're live today. Hey guys, welcome to today's live episode. We're going to be talking about rewiring your habits, and we're also going to share with you guys all the details about our 5-day Become the Man You're Meant to Be challenge that's starting this Saturday, September 11th at 12 p.m. Mountain Time. Super stoked to jump in today.
yeah, and we're both wearing athletic shirts here. We're just ready to sweat, and we're really going hard on this one, guys. So just wanted to let you know that I'm also wearing those like 3/4 length tights, if you know what I'm talking about.
Ready for today's board meeting, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Snowboard meeting.
cool. Scott, take us off, bro.
Yeah, I wanted to talk for a couple of minutes today about just rewiring your habits. And this is going to be one of many principles that we talk about within our 5-day challenge. And the first thing that I want to talk about is a method that I created years ago called ADD. And the ADD method stands for it's really three elements that help make us conscious of our habits that we're currently running on complete autopilot. And ADD stands for awareness, desire, decision. Okay, so there's three phases that we go through, and really the first one is just becoming aware of the habits that we're running subconsciously. See, we all know now through much research that 98% or more of what we're doing on a day-to-day basis is just happening automatically. Everything is happening automatically. I mean,
Yeah, that's
even
unconscious, right, Scott?
exactly unconscious. So I'm not really thinking about it. It's just flowing out of my subconscious mind automatically, which we're going to talk about something called automaticity here in just a couple of minutes, and how you can really program your brain to get to this point where you're automatically doing the things that actually help you. So the first step in the ADD method is just awareness. And there's a whole bunch of different methods within this single step that we're going to be teaching you within the 5-day challenge, and how to really become aware of the habits that don't align with the man that you truly desire to be, the habits that don't align with your vision and your goals and where you want to be in life. See, Mike, you talk about compound interest and how the little things that we do over time add up to monumental things. And habits really are the compounding little grains of behavior that we do on a day-to-day basis. And if we just continue to run subconsciously without taking the time to just pause and ask ourselves if what we're doing on a day-to-day basis is actually fueling where we want to be heading, we could end up somewhere we don't really want to be.
Yeah. Just to kind of jump on that, I wrote about this today. I posted like a quick little blurb on my Instagram story. Just had a thought and I said, you know what, I'm going to put this out. And, a lot of guys say things like, oh, I really want to understand myself. I really want to know myself. And traditionally, we think that understanding ourselves means that we know our strengths and weaknesses and what makes us tick in life. But that's not really understanding yourself. True understanding of self comes from how do your beliefs, your thoughts, your actions, and the decisions that you make on a daily basis result in the experiences and the results that you are truly experiencing in your life. It is an understanding of your thoughts, beliefs, and actions and how they directly impact you. That is key. So, I mean, when Scott's talking about this first stage here with the awareness, it's everything. It's the foundational layer, right, Scott?
Yeah, absolutely. And I want to kind of go to this next element, which is decision. So once we become aware of the negative or bad habits that aren't really in alignment with who we desire to be, then we can make a conscious decision to actually change those and reprogram them. And until we make this conscious decision, we just continue to run on autopilot. We continue to default to the obsessive scrolling of social media, the smoking cigarettes or drinking, or whatever the bad habit might be that doesn't align with where we truly desire to be. And making this decision is really that moment of change, that moment of clarity. But this is also fueled by a burning desire, like a desire to actually stop doing whatever said behavior, habit, thought, or belief is that really isn't in alignment with who we desire to be.
Huge. I mean, absolutely huge. And just like the wrong actions can take us down farther or keep us stuck, the right actions take us to higher levels. So I think a lot of the times guys will say things or think that, yeah, I need the habits. I need the habits, right? I need the right habits. And you do, you know, And I think that for some reason they think that maybe because I was in this place too. I would say when I was in Jackson Hole and I was working as a server in that dead end job, but I was smoking weed every night. Um, I was thinking, oh, I'm just missing the key habits. But a lot of the times, it's sometimes it's actually just stopping the destructive ones that you're doing, right, Scott? I mean,
Mm.
we think that sometimes we need to go and take on the LeBron James style habits, and it's not necessarily that, right?
No, not at all. I mean, all of us have one keystone habit at different times in our lives. Like my keystone habit that would change everything right now is just going back to consistently waking up at 5 a.m. every day. That's my
So,
keystone
so
habit that would change absolutely everything in my life for the better. And that's different for different guys. Now, again, in this 5-day challenge that's starting this Saturday, we're going to be giving you some frameworks for you to become consciously aware of what your keystone habit is, what habits, if you were to change, would get you to where you want to be really quickly, which kind of leads me into something that I'd like to talk about next, and it's automatacity. When we started our conversation today, I said, hey, 98% of what you're doing on a day-to-day basis is happening automatically. You aren't consciously thinking about brushing your teeth or putting your shoes on or doing these things that we just do on autopilot fundamentally, which is why change becomes so hard. It's why changing our old habits, the things that we've been doing for months or years or even decades, is so hard to rewire, because the fiber optic cable in our brain that represents a habit we've been doing over and over and over again just gets thicker and thicker each time we do it, which is why you go through these 3 different phases to automatacity, which is where you're basically automatically doing the healthy habit that you want to be doing on a day-to-day basis that aligns with who you really want to be. And I'd like to just deconstruct these 3 phases within automatacity really quick. So the first one is within those first 22 days, we go through a destruction phase, is what we call it. And in destruction, we're essentially stripping out the old habits, the old ways of being, the old ways of thinking, the old responses to situations. And this first phase it's really challenging because we kind of yo-yo back and forth between who we were and who we want to be, and doing the good habit and then doing the bad habit. And we fall into a trap sometimes of a downward spiral of beating ourselves up because we go back to our default ways of being instead of just leaning into self-compassion and change and awareness and embracing the whole journey of transformation. Now, after this, we go into what's called an integration phase, where we're really committed. We're integrating that new habit. It's becoming a lot more automatic. It's easier to do. We start to feel and see the positive compounding results from doing the little things on a daily basis, which leads us into our last phase of automatacity, where we're automatically getting up at 5 a.m. in the morning. We don't need the alarm clock or the snooze button or the things that were happening in the destruction and integration phases. Things just start to happen automatically. So a couple of things I'd like to share with you guys here is some tools that we'll be diving deeper into in the 5-day challenge that starts this Saturday at 12 p.m. Mountain Time. And there's a link in the description of this post if you want to learn more about that. But this Saturday, or I actually think it's next Tuesday, we're diving into habits specifically. We're going to be talking about how to identify a new habit and really get crystal clear on one keystone habit that could change your entire life. For example, getting into bed at 9 p.m. with no technology is a new habit that you might adopt to change the course of everything for you. And then this next element, just identifying what your trigger is, what the new habit is, and the new reward. So we fall into this cycle of doing something and then getting some reward for that. And when we break that, everything becomes new. And then the last thing, we're going to be giving you a 66-day habit tracker in this 5-day challenge, so that you can reach this point of automatacity in your life with your new habit. So, Mike, do you want to share with our listeners here today a little bit about this challenge that's coming up, where they can learn more about it, what the commitment is to become a part of it?
Yeah. And I mean, guys, I'll just be totally honest with you. I mean, this 5-day challenge, we're blowing it out. I mean, we're really giving you guys the blueprints and the resources that we use with guys in our one-on-one work and in our transformation program. If you haven't checked out our website and you've seen some of the testimonials, the stuff we're teaching works, right? And we want to give it to you. We want to give you these resources and teach you these things so that you can go and start improving your life. Look, at the end of the 5 days, you're not going to be Kobe Bryant. You're not going to be a Michael Jordan, right? Because compound interest, things take time. Real transformation takes work. There are no quick fixes. However, you can walk away from this with a new education, a new set of resources, and you'll probably meet some guys in the program, in the 5 day challenge that you could potentially be accountability partners with. You never know. Surrounding yourself in that energy and that environment of high performing adventurous men who are really trying to crush it in their relationships and meaningful work and in their health is so powerful, right? It's like time to elevate our network a little bit. And yeah, I just want to really, if you've been following us, if you've been liking our content or whatever it is, you're showing up to this Facebook Live right now, you have nothing to lose by signing up for that free 5 day challenge. And I guarantee that at the end of the 5 days, there's going to be at least one thing that you walk away going, holy crap, let's go. I've got some momentum here. I've got some belief in myself where I can really start chasing my dreams and goals. I wrote about this yesterday, Scott. If you need any more motivation, go into an elderly folks home and go talk to those people who are 85 years old, about to die. They would give anything in the world to go back and chase after their dreams and goals. And they didn't do it out of complacency or fear or whatever the case may be, but they would give up all the material things that they acquired in their life, all the iPhones, all the money, the mortgages, the stocks, whatever. They would give it all up to go back and have one more chance at this thing called life. So, hey, man, we'd love to see you guys in there, and we just know how valuable it's going to be.
Yeah, so check out there's a link to our website that has all the information about the 5 day challenge. It starts this Saturday at 12 p.m. Mountain Time. The challenge is not an all-day obligation. We're going to be going live for 1 hour each day, teaching you the principles and giving you some blueprints and workbooks and exercises so you can go and apply our blueprints and battle test them in your own life. So check out our website, sign up for the challenge. We'd be so stoked to see you in there.
Yeah, replays are included too, guys, which is a key thing. So if you can't make a day, just remember that the replays are included. You can go to it later on, especially if you miss a day or two. So, all right. Thanks, guys.